James Garner was born James Scott Bumgar on April 7, 1928, in Norman, Oklahoma. His childhood was shaped by loss and survival. When his mother died while he was just 5, and his relationship with his stepmother grew strained, Garner learned early how to rely on himself. That pain later became the quiet emotional power behind his most memorable performances. Before Hollywood, Garner lived many lives. He worked blue-collar jobs, briefly played football, and served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War. Wounded twice and awarded the Purple Heart, he returned home with a deep respect for ordinary people and a lifelong distrust of pretension. Those values never left him. He stumbled into acting in the 1950s and briefly trained at the Actors Studio in New York. Unlike the polished stars of his era, Garner chose a natural, understated style. It felt real, and audiences believed him. That authenticity changed his life in 1957 when he was cast as Brett Maverick in Maverick. The charming, ironic gunslinger made him a household name and redefined the Western hero. From there, Garner built a career on quiet strength rather than bravado. Whether in The Great Escape, The Americanization of Emily, Grand Prix, or Support Your Local Sheriff, he played men who were decent, witty, and human. He later returned to television as private investigator Jim Rockford in The Rockford Files, earning an Emmy and creating one of TV's most iconic characters. Off-screen, Garner was just as principled. He famously sued major studios for unfair contracts and won, becoming a quiet pioneer for actors' rights. He never wanted to be an activist, but he believed dignity should never be negotiable. His love story was equally rare. Garner married Lois Clark just 16 days after meeting her in 1956. The marriage lasted nearly 58 years. He embraced her young daughter as his own, and together they welcomed a daughter, Greta, in 1958. Though they faced separations, they always found their way back to each other, choosing commitment over ego. As he aged, Garner took on roles filled with tenderness and depth, from Murphy's Romance to The Notebook, where he portrayed enduring love for a new generation of fans. But in his final years, Garner reflected on a life lived in the spotlight and the truth behind the image. In a private note written to his longtime friend Doris Day, he confessed what he had never said aloud. "I never said enough when it mattered," he wrote. "People thought I was relaxed and unbothered. Truth is, I worried all the time about work, money, and whether I deserved any of it." To Doris, who also carried private pain behind a cheerful image, he admitted how lonely fame could be. Hollywood demanded perfection while offering little mercy. He spoke of ruthless contracts, constant pressure, and the exhaustion of always being the good guy. "I wish I'd been softer with myself," he wrote. "I mistook endurance for strength." He also revealed the physical toll: years of knee surgeries, heart bypass surgery, a stroke, and chronic pain he hid behind a smile. Still, his message was not bitter, it was grateful. He thanked his wife, his family, and the fans who stayed with him for decades. His final words were simple and powerful. "Being kind lasts longer than being famous. We outlived the noise." Maybe that was the point all along. James Garner passed away peacefully in 2014 at age 86. What he left behind was more than a legendary career, it was a reminder that humility, honesty, and compassion outshine applause. If you want more untold Hollywood stories like this, subscribe to Hollywood Unseen, tap the bell notification, and stay with us for the truths the spotlight never showed.